Hello and welcome to the University of Worcester Arena. BBL Championship action for you. It's the Worcester Wolves chasing down top spot in the BBL Championship table, taking on a resurgent Manchester Giants. The Giants with 3 wins in their last 5, could have made it 4, but slipped to an overtime defeat against Sheffield last weekend. They'll be looking to bounce back from that. So too will the Wolves, who of course lost in overtime themselves in Newcastle. Let's have a look at the two-team lineup, starting with the Worcester Wolves, and the Wolves still without the services of Jamal Williams. He's out for a good few weeks yet with a stress fracture in his leg. They're hoping they've got a few weeks off. That might give him some time to recover and get back out on court. Other than that, they're at full strength. Let's have a look at the Manchester Giants lineup. And the Giants certainly not at full strength. No Steph Gill, he's out with a knee injury. So too Mike Bernard. Callum Jones still missing with that foot injury. Dave Aliu has a knee injury, but he will play tonight for the Giants. So they're very thin on the ground, Manchester, but they will be buoyed by their recent performances. And Dave Aliu will start despite that knee problem that he's got. Yorick Williams, the veteran of Manchester, also in the starting lineup alongside Watts and Jones and Marsden. That will be the starting lineup for the Giants. Taylor, Owumi, Irving, Creekmore and Schreiber will start for the Wolves. And I think there's just been an issue with numbers or something, is there? Because the table have called the referee over. They've got the scorebook. Unless they put a different starting 5 in the scorebook. It is one of those things where it's all got to be correct and accounted for before the start of the game. So the referee just chatting with Jeff Jones. It seems to be all right now, though. They've rectified that issue. And I think we're good to go. It'll be Watts and Schreiber to jump it up here in Worcester. And we're underway. Aliu tips it back to Jones, and Manchester will get the first offense of the ball game. Here's Williams to Watts, former Wolves player, of course. Going down to low to Aliu, who's been lights out over the last few weeks. I mean, he's been playing really well all season, but shooting the ball really well, Dave Aliu, and he knocks down the first shot of the ball game. Owumi. Cross court to Irving. Taylor at the top of the key, fires up for 3 and knocks it down. And points on the opening 2 offenses for the teams here. Here's Marsden, little head fake, drives baseline, kicks out. Aliu fakes at the 3. They had to chase him out there. They know how well he's shooting. And he just proves how well he's shooting from inside the arc as well, knocking one down from the free throw line. Owumi off the glass for 2. Lightning start here in Worcester, as the Wolves lead the Giants 5-4 through a minute. Watts. Again, they go to Aliu. Cross court to Marsden, given some space, fires up the 3, and we have a missed shot here in the ball game. That's an offensive rebound, though, as the ball bounces out of bounds. Last touched by a Wolves, so it'll be Giants ball from the side. Yorick Williams inbounds to James Jones. Cross court to Watts. Williams wants it down in the low post. Owumi guarding him. Williams with the head fake. A little fall away. Got caught on that. Didn't quite drop for him, but he will go to the line for 2. First foul of the ball game is called against Alex Owumi.
And the Giants will go to the line for 2.
Yorick Williams at the free throw line, shooting a pair. First one a little bit short, rims out for Yorick. The second one is 2, and Schreiber comes and bats it off the ring to make sure it didn't go in, but they ended up losing the ball, so that might cost them in the long run. You like the effort, though. Jones Yorick from behind the arc for three, hits it. Couldn't make the free throws, but he did knock down a three-point shot, puts the Giants back in front. Creekmore, a little mid-range shot doesn't go. Watson grabs the rebound. Jones takes his time crossing the halfway line, around the high screen. Watts on the near side. Morrison wants it down low. Kicks out to Williams. Bit of a deeper three this time, but Yorick with back-to-back threes. He is one of those guys, when the first one goes in, you've got to close out, no matter how far behind the line he is, because he is one of those street shooters. Cross court to Taylor. Taylor, he knocks down his second three of the game. And points flying in all over the place here. 8-10. Giants lead it, have the ball. Aliu trying to go to work to the little fall away. Dave Aliu, beautiful shot. And, well, we were talking about his problems, but no signs of them in the early stages. Giants leading this 12 points to 8. 12 points on the board inside 3 minutes. 20 points between the two teams. Irving from behind the arc for three. That goes over the top of the backboard, hits the stanchion, goes out of bounds, and will be a Manchester possession.
Coaching chance on the crowd there.
Watts. Williams again. This one he towed the line, but an offensive rebound. James Jones sets his feet, knocks it down. Threes raining in left, right, and center. And the Giants out to a 7-point lead.
The guy has got a very right hand and last clear. The Giants are up by 7, so it's a very, very positive start for the Giants.
Schreiber. Awumi. Awumi steps under Williams. Oh, what a shot from Alex Awumi. Got caught by Yorick Williams. Had to rearrange, threw it up really high, and it went in for Awumi. That will count. He'll go to the line for a bonus. 25 points on the board already. We played 3.5 minutes of this ball game. Make that 26 as the Wolves cut the lead to only 4. Jones. Aliu fakes at the three, drives in. Aliu to the hole, dumps it off to Marsden, who finishes off. Good position from Marsden inside, and gave himself an easy lane. Awumi around the high screen, drives in. There's a little touch foul. That's before the shot, and won't count. Foul is on Aliu, and it'll be a sideline ball to the Wolves. Awumi gets it into Creekmore. Irving has it. Cross court to Taylor. Taylor from miles behind the three-point line. Another one for Zaire Taylor. His third of the game now. Cuts the lead in half. Marsden squares up, looking to go baseline, forced to kick out. Aliu with the head fake, steps underneath. Dave Aliu knocks down another one. Aliu 4 of 4 shooting already for his 8 points. Zaire Taylor 3 of 3 at the other end, all long range efforts, and he's got 9 on the ball. Gets it on to Irving. Back out to Taylor. Fakes it another long range one. Taylor drives in, dumps it off to Schreiber, goes baseline, jams it down. Taylor drew all the defense, dumped it off to Schreiber, and he finished hard. Good hands from Awumi to knock that loose. Oh, it's a little behind Zaire Taylor, but he managed to catch the ball and stay in bounds. Good pass from Awumi to Schreiber inside. Williams from behind is called for the foul. I think it's on him. We'll just check with the referee. Yes, it is number 12 that signaled to the table. So 2 quick ones for Yorick Williams. He's going to have to sit down now, I think. And Daniel Belgrave checking into the game for the Wolves. As Keith Page there we see checking in for his first taste of the action tonight. And Schreiber hits the first foul shot. Second one doesn't go. 19-17, you've seen that as first quarter scores this season. Watts with that quick release 3. And now the Wolves with the chance to level the game. Creekmore backing down Watts, little turnaround. And really it's pretty tough to defend him in that scenario. You need to stop him getting the ball, because if he gets it that low to the basket, it's usually 2 points. That will be a charging foul on Dave Aliu as Schreiber hit the deck. The only real question was how deep Schreiber was. He was very close to the no charge line. The referee deemed him to be outside of it, and that's a big blow for the Giants as Aliu's called for his second personal foul. And such as his level of performance at the moment, they can ill afford losing him to foul trouble. Creekmore to the fall away. Schreiber active on the glass again. Good hands from Page to knock it loose, but the referee is going to call him for a foul. And that'll be the 5th on the Giants, so it should be 2 free throws. And the referee now being told that by the table, so they will go to the line.
Schreiber will go to line for 2. That's good for 1. Takes the Wolves 1 points up.
Wolves now into the lead as Schreiber hits the first free throw. 4 minutes to go here in this first quarter. The Wolves 21, the Giants 19. Blistering start by both teams.
Our American boys have been affected by that. Oh, they must have not much stuff in Turkey, I'll tell you that right now.
Page's 3 no good. Rebound Creekmore. In the corner, Belgrave for 3, and he hits! And that has stretched the lead out to 5 now for Worcester. Big 3-pointer in the corner. And Jeff Jones, whose team was hitting everything for the first 4 or 5 minutes of this game, has seen his lead disappear and has been forced to call a timeout with just under 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. It's the Wolves 24, the Giants 19. Well, Jeff, I'm sure will be just disappointed that while, I mean, at some point his offensive team's production is going to slow down, as it has done in the last 2 or 3 minutes, but they need to stop the points going in at the other end. I mean, I'm sure both coaches will not be happy with the amount of points that are on the board here, although there has been some excellent shooting. The Wolves 7 of 10, the Giants 8 for 11, and they're a combined 6 for 10 from the 3-point line. You can't really argue with those percentages.
A very, very good start to the first quarter, very good start to the game. With the Worcester Wolves in the lead 24 to the Manchester.
It's just a delay at the other end of the floor. Marston is getting checked by the referee. I don't know if the ref thought he had a cut or something, but seems to be okay. Worcester coming out of that timeout with some full court pressure. Page has it. Thrown towards Aliu. Aliu probably had the lane to the basket, but when you're shooting as well as he is, even those little 10-footers are layups. Schreiber. Cross court to Belgrave. Taylor from miles behind. Again, another one, Zaire Taylor. His fourth three-pointer in 4 attempts. He's got 12 points already. And I was talking to Zaire before the game as Aliou looks to reply with 3 of his own. That one a little short. And Zaire was saying, some nights you get those ones where every shot's going in. It could be that for him tonight. Here he is again. Gets it to Awumi, open from behind the arc. Threes raining in all over the place. Amazing first quarter by the Wolves. They have 30 points on the board. They are 5 for 6 from behind the arc, and there's still 2.5 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Page. Aliou. Marsden coming through. Drives into lane. Good finish by Rob Marsden inside. I know Coach Paul James of the Wolves was raving about him, really likes him as a player. Had a chat with PJ before the game, and he was saying how impressed he'd been with Marsden in his first season in the BBL. Creekmore from 16 feet, shot doesn't go, and there's Marsden with the rebound. Kicked out in front to Page. Jones gets it back. Here's Marsden trying to force it into Aliou. Aliou says throw it up high because Creekmore got down there and stole that away. Taylor to the basket, doesn't convert. Rebound Belgrave, and he's fouled, I think. Referees are just going to have a conversation as to who the foul was on. And I think it's Dave Watts who's been called for it, his first personal foul. Jukic into the game for the first time. Muchlistoigai also in for Manchester, as Belgrave makes the first. Yorick Williams also back into the game for Manchester. He's on 2 fouls, remember. I think there's going to be a foul on Jukic for a little push in the back there. As Aliou got the inside position. And again, a little full court pressure coming from the Wolves. Oh, good steal from Taylor. It's kicked out to Creekmore. Did well to catch that. An even better finish for Will Creekmore. And the Wolves lead is out to 10 here. Aliou spins under all sorts of pressure. My goodness, what a shot from Dave Aliou, just incapable of missing at the moment. 5 of 5 for him.
The Giants are in foul trouble, so any fouls committed now against the Wolves will result in a free throw.
Inside to Creekmore. Creekmore trying to find some space. That will go. And is it Aliou that's called for that foul? If it is, it's his third. It is Dave Aliou. A massive blow for the Manchester Giants with 55 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Dave Aliou, who's their leading scorer in the game so far with 10 points off 5 of 5 shooting, has just picked up his third personal foul.
Which means he must be substituted. That's the thing. Which is a good thing because he's hurting the Wolves a little bit. He's big scorer.
Creekmore converts the 3-point play. He's going to get a blow now as well as Schreiber checks back into the game. 36 points on the board for the Wolves. I think only Newcastle have made 40 points in a quarter this season. Marsden with the score. Taylor fakes at the 3, drives inside, kicks it out. Belgrave from behind the arc, doesn't go. Ball is loose. Schreiber had it for a second, but it bobbled out of his hands. Here's Williams to Jones.
When we give Jones any space, this man will put up the 3.
Jones gets it back. Jones open for three, little short. Marson almost had the offensive rebound. Schreiber took it away, and the Wolves can take the final shot here in the first quarter. Belgrade way off the mark for three, and that will do it for a massively high-scoring first quarter here at the University of Worcester. Some stunning shooting from both teams, it must be said, but particularly the Wolves from behind the arc, raining in threes all over the place, led by Zaire Taylor, who's 4 of 4 from that distance. And the Wolves have a 9-point lead here at the end of the first quarter. It's Worcester 36, Manchester 27.
All in need of children in need of course.
Of course, of course. Now, the winner, the other winner, which Wolfie is going to help me announce right now, they'll win a special goodie bag. Oh, what's the woo? It's better, it's better. And they have a choice of either, and let me get the bucket book. Either a family ticket for the next home game, or a Nando's family ticket. Do they have tickets for Nando's? A Nando's family meal.
I'll take that. Start.
Well, if they don't take it, we'll go after Gary, all right?
Done.
So, the winner. Have we got a drum roll, Gary, on that? Just make one, just make one, you make
I can't
one.
make a drum roll, I can't beatbox.
Oh, I'm useless. So, the winner is Georgina McEwen.
Is Georgina in tonight?
Yes, she is. Georgina, stand up and let everybody see you.
Where is Georgina?
I can't see her. Oh, let's give it up for Georgina.
Haven't seen anything so cute. Come on, let's make some noise for Georgina tonight. The winner of the superhero fancy dress.
Welcome back to the University of Worcester, where the Wolves had a blistering first quarter there. Manchester started out really hot, particularly Dave Aliou, but Zaire Taylor, stroking threes, has got the home team back in control of this game.
And we kick off the second quarter with the Worcester Wolves leading 36 to the Giants.
And it's the Wolves who already have a 9-point lead, who look to build on that here with the first quarter, first offense. Yeah, get a hand out to Zaire Taylor. Woomy open for three, that one doesn't go. Rare miss for the Wolves from behind the arc.
Williams brings up the ball with a bit of pace. He's going to go coast to coast.
Nice play, driving to the basket. Yorick Williams for two.
Taylor's looking for some support.
Woomy has it.
Woomy back to Taylor.
Taylor again from behind the arc. Oh my goodness, Zaire Taylor! Basket looking huge to him right now as he makes a 5th three-pointer of the game. Perfect from long distance. And Williams out of bounds. He feels he got pushed, but the referee not having any of it.
That's a foul against the Giants. What out of bounds? I don't know. One of them. And Taylor brings up the ball.
Here's Taylor.
Taylor calling the play. Finds Belgrade. Belgrade, Greenwell goes up.
Creekball off the back of the ring. I think Page might have just given a little shove in the back to a Woomy there. And that's what the referee has
Pushing foul
called.
against number 20 for the Giants. And substitution, Watts comes on for the number 20. And it will be Worcester Wolves and inline ball. With Woomy bringing the ball inbounds.
Woomy to inbound. Throws it cross court
So
to
that's
Taylor,
on
another
Taylor.
one. Oh, Zaire Taylor, 6 of 6 from behind the three-point line. It's absolutely raining threes.
Taylor having a 6.
I'm not sure what you can do to defend that. I mean, he was miles behind the arc.
Slam it down with authority.
You've got to stop him getting the ball because it can't stop him shooting.
Well, goes without saying, Wolves 42 to Giants 29.
Williams.
Taylor
Dumps off. Jones thought about the three, drives in. Watts lets it go instead. That one doesn't quite go. Rebound Jukic. Taylor carried it. And that'll be a turnover.
Carrying forward against Taylor. And it will be a Giants ball with Watts bringing the ball. James bringing it up.
Giants come back. Inside to Marsden. Jones now for three. Jones rattles one in from behind the arc. Cuts the lead
When
to
you've got a
10.
bit of skill in the locket like that, your team's never quite out of it.
Well, they're 10 points behind, but still early days. So this can go any way.
Worcester, what do you think about the
Belgrade.
10 points clear.
Oh, nice pass. Taylor underneath. Super assist from Owumi.
12 points clear. Fast break here.
Watts. Watts drives into the foul line, and that shot goes.
Good two there by Watts. And Owumi bringing in the ball.
The Giants just not letting that lead go any bigger.
Taylor. Owumi. Owumi drives to the basket, almost tipped in by Jukic, but Watts comes down with it. Jones on the trail. Jones driving through, has it not loose, gets it back again.
And it's out of bounds ball. Great defensive play there.
That will be a Worcester ball.
And it will be a Worcester Wolves ball.
We've also got a substitution with Jukic coming on for Andreas Schreiber.
Kalen Raftopoulos into the game for the first time.
South on the court.
And Zaya Taylor says to him, you can bring the ball up. Paul James watching on. I mean, just amazed by his team's offense. 44 points here. Oh, it's thrown up towards Taylor and batted away. And Williams eventually comes down with it. Aliu out on the break. Aliu back to Marsden. Marsden can't convert the lane, and Creekmore has the rebound. Here comes Taylor to Owumi. Owumi sets his feet, makes sure that's worth three, and it is. And the threes continue to rain in for the Worcester Wolves here. That is their 9th triple of the game in only 12 attempts. Just a stunning amount of three-pointers by Worcester. That's going to be a foul there as, on Creekmore as Marsden went to the hole. He'll go to the line for a bonus free throw. And timeout has been called by Paul James. His team 47-36 up. 6 minutes and 38 seconds to go in this first half. And joined by Vince McCauley, the London Lions coach. Vince, the Wolves shooting the lights out here, led by Zaire Taylor, 6 of 6 from three-pointers. Sometimes you get a night where a player of that ability, everything he puts up goes in.
And that's going to be a problem, Daniel, because all the points for the Worcester Wolves always come from that guard position. Him, Zaire Taylor, and of course his running partner, Owumi. And if he's going to hit all of those shots, Manchester in it for a tough evening.
Zaire Taylor with 20 points in the first, 13 and a half minutes of this ball game. It's just an amazingly high-scoring game. Started right out from the beginning with Aliu going to work. Then, of course, he picked up those 3 fouls, so puts him in a bit of a spot. But Manchester can't really get into this slugfest without Steph Gill out injured. Big hole in their offense. They're going to have to try and slow the Wolves down somehow.
Which is a real shame for Manchester, because Steph and David Aliu have been playing really well in the past few weeks or so. You know, Aliu especially so. You know, Steph only missing, I think, his first free throw last weekend for the whole season. So really, David Watts, you know, he's the guy you always look at on the stat sheet. You know, if he's playing, you're having nightmares. But unfortunately, they've run into a Wolves team, you know, who are really trying to avenge some of the earlier defeats for themselves this season.
Marsden at the line, trying to convert the three-point play, and that one is good. Cuts it to 10. 47 points for Worcester. We're only 3.5 minutes. It's an amazing scoreline.
Well, that's right. We've got young Raftopoulos directing traffic here. You know, I know his dad will be happy to see him on the floor. Oh, there we go.
And he hits from behind the arc. Unbelievable shooting from the Wolves. Their 10th three-pointer in the first half.
That's right. Kaylin saying hi, Dad, to his father watching on TV, BBL TV. TV, of course.
Well, the Wolves have 30 points from behind the arc already in the game. If you took away their other scoring, they'd still be in the game.
Yes, this is it. Oh.
Another one, surely. Yes, it's all going in for the Worcester Wolves. Have you ever seen anything like this? 11 now 3-pointers from 15 attempts.
And you know, this is a Manchester team that really battled hard last week. You know, trying to get themselves back into the playoff picture. And if this one goes in,
oh, it's unbelievable! Absolutely unbelievable! 7 for 7, Zaire Taylor from behind the arc. His team are now 12 of 16.
He's never short of a few words. Zaire Taylor, God help us now, is all I can say.
It's funny, I was having a conversation with him before the game, and we were just generally chit-chat, and he said, occasionally, you get nights where everything goes in. It's been that night for him today.
Well, that's right. And of course, with this fantastic new venue here in Worcester, courtesy of the university, I'm assuming that the Worcester team must be practicing here.
Yeah, they do.
So you can see how comfortable they are with these baskets, comfortable on the floor, and really entertaining this fantastic crowd here in Worcester.
But it's amazing how the team feeds off things like this. So Zaire hit a few early on, and then the rest of the team were like, well, we'll all make some threes, and suddenly everybody's hitting them from every angle.
That's right. And now, you know, someone's going to have to put a foot down now for Manchester. I see Yorick Williams checking into the game. You know, Yorick hasn't had the best of offensive seasons, but, you know, Yorick is a huge influence on this team. Manchester lad, he knows what it's like to win, defending champion on 3 trophies, obviously, from Leicester for last year. And hopefully he can just bring a bit of calmness, a bit of toughness to this team, who are just a little shell-shocked right now.
Well, I mean, you would say, from a Manchester point of view, if you didn't look at the other side of the scoreboard, you say, we've got 37 points on the board in less than 15 minutes. We ought to be in good shape.
Absolutely.
Well, unfortunately for them, they're 19 points behind.
So his nickname may be PJ, but he certainly has been sleeping in training. He has told these guys this evening.
Foul call on that penetration.
Schreiber whistled for his second personal foul.
Yeah, struggles a little bit with the lateral movement, the big fella. He's a big addition to this Worcester team because they're really light on the bench, and Schreiber, you know, really a quality signing from the Plymouth Raiders. Taking a seat.
Foul on the floor. I think Irving had hold of Aliou.
Yeah, that's a heavyweight against a light middle, shall I say.
Foul call against the Wolves.
Dave Aliou also been around long enough to make sure he knows how to earn those whistles. Here's Jones. Down to Aliou. Hasn't missed a shot yet himself. Dave Aliou, that's the closest one he's had probably. And it's his first miss after having hit his first 6 shots of the game.
And it stays down with the white team. Manchester to inbounds.
I have to keep reminding myself of how long to go here in this first half, because the scoreline doesn't look like we've still 5 minutes to halftime. It's like we're in the third quarter. There was just a little fingertip on that, just deflected away from Watts, and then he couldn't hang on to it.
I'm looking forward to Watts stepping it up this season. That's a pick up and dunk right there, because that's a lovely bounce pass from Aliou. They need him to step up in the absence of Steph right now. They need him anyway, but certainly they need him right now.
Left topless. A tough shot, doesn't go. Bats it up in the air, and Aliou grabs it. Jones trying to zip one into Marsden, that's broken up. Awumi, Taylor is open on the near side of the court. If they want to use him, they go inside instead. Raftopoulos will chase that one down. Great pass. Oh, overcooked though. There's Creekmore on the offensive glass. Can't convert. Gets his own rebound, and Marsden makes sure he doesn't get 2 more points. He'll go to the line instead.
Creekmore's a guy that's early on feeling the pace of the BBL season. He started this season like a house on fire. You know, run into a couple of buzzsaws here and there with Plymouth and a couple of other people recognizing his game, and his numbers are coming down, so he's going to have to find another way, because the guards have picked it up to keep Worcester where they are at the top.
Makes the first one from the free throw line, Creekmore. 57.
37.
already on the board. Just an amazing.
Well, the Portland Trailblazers lost in the NBA. 11-game winning streak, 128-120. Yeah. So you never know.
I'm excited tonight. I'm going to say the Wolves and the Worcester faithful in that house. It's a good match.
Marsden throws it down to Williams. Former teammate Zaire Taylor guarding him there. Yeah. He decided to shoot over him and it rimmed out.
You'd need your earmuffs if you're around them two.
Yeah. They would have battled long and hard in practice last season, I'm sure. That's a foul on Irving as Watts got the rebound.
Cheap one. Well, I guess if you're Jeff Jones, head coach for the Manchester Giants, it's about one stop and then one score. One stop and then one score. Let's get it under 15 for the halftime buzzer. I think there's going to be 2 shots there for David Ross. That might be what he needs to get himself going.
Foul over the limit. So he does walk the length of the floor for these 2 free throws.
Watts is good for 1, he's got 1 more to come.
Coles.
Watts makes them both.
That's good for
He's got a really nice shooting action, Daniel. He's a guy that really, I would have said ordinarily is made for the BBL. He's athletic, he's long, he's strong, beautiful shot action. Coach Jeff Jones, I reckon, is looking to him today.
Bring on the ball. Oh, that was a beautiful pass.
Owumi drives in, just threw it away from where Taylor was.
The
And it will be a Manchester ball. The referee just stopped the game for a second as there was a shoelace untied. Watts was just tying it up.
Giants a bit eager bringing the ball, have to be back to the side.
Any kind of break to disrupt the Worcester rhythm, I think, would be good. It is under 20.
Williams closely guarded by
It's
Taylor.
a point guard position here. Flashback to the old boss from Mossad.
Very good switch
in the corner, doesn't quite go, rebound Taylor.
That's the rebound there. And the
Grab
fast
Topless. Creekmore screaming for it down in the low post, gets it. Steps back, tough shot, rims out.
Should be running right here.
Williams thought about it and then decided to wait for some help.
Let's hear his defensive jump tonight was the ball.
Turnover.
Owumi has it.
Great defense there.
Williams has stood. Is it a charge or a block? It's one of those where it's right on the borderline. The referee says it's a defensive foul, and that's going to be the 3rd now on Yorick.
Problem. I thought that could have been a charge, but I guess he hit him on the side.
Sounds a foul called against
And those
Williams.
goals, really.
Blocking foul.
Ali and Jones back in.
For the Giants tonight. It will be
Well, with 3 minutes to go to halftime, it's important for Dave Allen not to commit a foul here.
And he's guarding Creekmore.
They were in a lot of zone early on. They are.
The 3-pointers would have chased them out of
Yeah.
that. This is going up. Oh, there's a nice pass.
This is where he's going to need some help. Great pass. We got the help, but unfortunately that meant Jukic was wide open. Creekmore good vision with the interior bounce pass.
For those junior basketballers watching on TV, wherever you may be, help the helper. Ali had help, but nobody helped his helper.
Here's Watts with the quick release. Free string music.
Oh, man, I thought they were going to foul there for a second.
Well, certainly Ali looked across.
Couple more of those.
One, yeah.
Couple more of those, and we might get interesting.
Taylor, who bounces it into Creekmore. He's hammered.
And he makes it.
Go to the line for a bonus. 62 now on the board.
Well, they have slowed down a little. 5 points in the last 2.5 minutes.
62 to 42.
Creekmore for free throw.
Well, yeah, they only had 38 in the first half. So, first quarter, sorry. So, they are a little tick below pace.
He did get the
You suggested 76?
Well,
Oh, nice job, Creekmore. Preventing that easy 2 there for Ali, I'm sure. 2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
and a 20-point lead for the Wolves.
Giants looking Jones closely guarded by Taylor.
Do you think Manchester had a 7 or 8 point lead in the early stages. Aliu, who's been shooting like 60% from the three-point line over the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Funny how some players just get better with age.
He has no chance as a wave. Hello, my love.
Taylor.
Ooh,
Good hand.
Who's running? Let's go.
Jones is certainly looking to push. Oh, nice play from Jones. Kicks it out. Aliu fakes it for three. It's Jones in the corner. And he hits the three. Did a bit of everything there. Came up with the steal, pushed the ball, dished the ball, hit the three.
And there might be 3 threes in a row for Manchester. Looking for that old song, anything you can do.
Certainly enough to force Paul James into calling a timeout here with 1:20 to go, 1:22 on the clock, and the lead is down to 62-48. And I go back to the thing, if you just look at the Manchester half, you say 48 points on the board, a minute 22 to go to the halftime. How many are we up?
Everybody, I'm sure most coaches around the league would take 48 with 1:22 to go. You know, but then now the pressure's on Worcester. You don't want to switch off. It's not an exhibition game. It's a BBL championship game against the Manchester team. You know, trying to get away from the bottom segment and get themselves into the mix.
Well, that's of course the thing, because we had that spell, Zaya hitting all those threes, everything going the way of the Wolves. They got up 20. It's important for them that they don't ease off and take their foot off the gas. They've got to keep going.
Well, I think that's what happened, because really, why hasn't he been given the ball the last 6 or 7 times down the floor? He's only had one opportunity in the last 8 minutes. And he's come and taken the ball. There you go.
Just 14. Sorry, sir. Do you want to come down the commentator?
Is a woman, fakes it for three, steps underneath to the free throw line. Again, smart play. They're going to have to dive out for that three-point shot.
Oh,
Made
nice
them pay.
move.
Aliu out in front. Oh, he just kept it in bounds. Good hustle in the end from Dave Aliu.
Absolutely. Had a nice little hesitation there and stopped his defender.
Good hands again from Creekmore kicks it out to Jukic and
That's 4 in a row out of the timeout.
exactly what Paul James would have wanted.
Yep.
Ref just checking the floor. There was also a shoelace being tied again.
Let's hope it's not the same one.
40 seconds to go here in the first half. 66 to 48.
Oh, there we go.
A little step under.
Oh, and have some of that as well. Little afters. Free throws to come, I believe.
Well, the Wolves are over the limit, so Dave Aliu will go to the free throw.
Giants get to line for 2.
It's always a nice little bonus when you draw the foul and the other guy walks off holding it.
It's good for one.
David Aliu knows all about that. One of my favorite players to watch.
Makes both free throws, having a blinding season, Dave Aliu. Didn't want to be taken out of the game.
What a smart move.
Yeah,
smart
Jeff
move.
points to the clock, says there's 33 seconds to go. They're on 3 fouls.
Absolutely.
Take one play off, my son.
Yori comes in on this 3, guarding Owumi. This looks like the same. Yeah.
Creekmore has it. Down low to Taylor. Backing down Jones. Dumps it off to Jukic. Tipped in by Creekmore. Shot clock is switched off. The Giants can have the last one here. Jones drives in. Jones off the pass for 2. What amazing first half we've had here. Just unbelievable scoring. We have 120 points on the board, 68-52 wins.
Well, you know what? Manchester Giants have just got to stay calm. Worcester have been sizzling hot out here at the brand new arena, but Manchester's just got to stay calm. We've got 52 points on the board. Let's protect that 3-point line and see if we can't get it now towards the 10-point mark.
We're at the break here at the University of Worcester Arena. It's the Worcester Wolves 62, the Manchester 68, sorry, Manchester Giants 52. Welcome back to Worcester, where we had an explosive first half here between the Wolves and the Giants. And Vince McCauley, not often you see two teams shooting 60% plus from the floor through a half of basketball.
Well, that's right. I mean, both teams are really getting into the festive mood right off the get-go because they just can't miss. I mean, irrespective of the lead that the Worcester Wolves have over the Giants, you know, the Giants are not shabby right now in terms of what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the amazing thing. You look at it again, look at the Giants' stats, and you would say, wow, how many are they ahead by here? They're shooting great from the floor, from the three-point line.
Yep.
You know, 52 points on the board. How many are they up? Oh wait, they're down 16.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they've got I think they've got 10 turnovers, which is a little high for them, but it's not high in general. They've been out-rebounded a little bit on the glass, which isn't terrible because they're not a great rebounding team. But the fact that Worcester have converted them all into three-point shots, boom, yeah. 68 points.
The two teams back out on court. They're ready to go. The clock's not reached 0. We have to get through the 15 minutes of half-time.
They want to keep that heat going, you
yeah.
see.
And now we are ready to get things underway. It'll be Manchester who start off with the ball here.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Jeff Jones will be talking about 10 or 12 by the end of the third quarter. Give ourselves a chance.
I mean, some of it will be about, we've played pretty well. It's just the other team have been nuts from the three-point line. Jones overcooked the long two. Awumi to Taylor. Taylor has missed one shot in the game.
Dear.
It was a two-point effort.
Bar of soap there for Schreiber.
Yeah, he should have got an assist there. Schreiber just...
Yeah, he's got 7 assists, by the way, to go with all these
Yeah,
buckets.
that's the thing. We talk about all these 7 three-pointers he's got, but 7 assists as well. So he's accounted for at least 35 of his team's points.
Yep. Ooh, nice move by the young fella.
Marston just needed to use the glass there.
Back-to-back air balls for the Giants. Won't be what the doctor ordered.
Taylor to Awumi.
Well, if somebody doesn't score here, then it'll be positively stodgy to
the
first half, won't it? Look at this.
Well, that was just thrown right to the back of Jones. He didn't even see it. Hit him in the number. Jones throws one up, and Awumi was chasing back. I think Jones is all right. Awumi's going to help him to his feet. And we've had a whole minute of play without a basket.
That's what I'm saying. You know, well, at least we're at the free throw line. Hopefully, young fella James Jones.
I think at this point in the first quarter, it was 5-4. It's 0-0 here in the
probably
third.
nobody had missed a shot.
Yeah. Jones does give the scoreboard operator something to do. They needed a breather. They needed an extra minute out of half-time. Hardest working person in the building, scoreboard operator.
There we go. 14 points, Daniel. We could be on our way back. Directing traffic is Isaiah Taylor.
Goes in low to Creekmore. He comes out to the three-point line. Taylor now steps back and hits. Zaire Taylor is 9 of 10 shooting.
Well, if he hadn't made 9 shots, you still wouldn't want to give him that easy of a look.
Watts. Marston on the far side.
Trying to work for an opening, the Giants.
Is Jones. Jones drives in. Got up in the air, wasn't quite sure what to do with it. Found Marston, who converted.
And Creekmore with his hand in the cookie jar, I think.
And he'll go to the line for a bonus. First foul of the game on Will Creekmore.
Plenty to spare.
Certainly compared to their last outing against Newcastle, where they were all in foul trouble all the way through.
Yeah, I think this has been, you know, played in probably a slightly nicer atmosphere, should I say.
Well, part of it is when the three-pointers are raining in, you don't get too many fouls,
Is it a game of horse or what is it?
Yeah. Taylor ran the high screen.
Let one go from there for a second.
Gets it into Schreiber. Has it not loose by Marston? He chases down the loose ball as well. Williams kicks it on. Watts in the corner for 3. Not quite. Schreiber doing really well to first grab the rebound, then keep it in bounds. Creekmore, he had Taylor behind him. He didn't see him, but Awumi did, and Zaire Taylor lays it in.
Nice move.
Aliu along the baseline trying to spin, had the ball not loose. Shot doesn't quite go. Here's Taylor again, dishes off to Irving, who jams it in. Beautiful play.
Everybody getting in on the act. Young Irving quietly becoming an established BBL player. Had some taste of action last season. Coach Paul James really loves him, and he's showing why.
Williams now from behind the arc. Yorick Williams hits one from downtown.
Flash back to 1990 something there. Sweet three from Yorick. His third of the game.
Yeah, he had a couple early on when they were flying in left, right, and center. Here's Creekmore.
Oh.
Creekmore dumps it off. Shot's got to go up, and it does. Irving in off the glass.
Great teamwork there with Creekmore and Irving. Good 2 points for Wolves. 16 points.
I think that up and down has caught a few people.
Yeah.
They're taking the blow here.
Yeah, they're just trying to slow the tempo down and just get their breath back. Good touch pass from Aliu to Marsden. Got to finish that.
He's rimmed a couple. He's done well in his first season here. A couple of games in this league, stepping up a division.
Paul James raving about him before the game to me. Great follow from Schreiber, and he jams it down. He does that as well as anybody in the league.
You know what? If he just did that every game, you know, you'd have a great player. He sometimes tries to do a bit too much, jacks up a shot here and there, runs about. He's so deadly within 5 feet of the bucket. Uh-oh.
Jones for three. Not quite. Creekmore trying to get there. Aliu said that came off Creekmore last. Referee checks and says no.
He'd be good in court, David Aliu.
He was like, well, why do you think I didn't chase it? I'd have chased it. It might have been because he didn't think he was going to get it.
Yep.
But in fairness, Creekmore had a little wry smile, which suggested Aliu might have been right. Who knows?
Zaire Taylor.
So we're going to start with one side over there. We want to hit you after three. It was the biggest
Moves it on to Awumi.
1, 2, 3.
Little grab there from Yorick Williams. I think that was more because he felt he'd got a push moments earlier.
Yep. And
that's his fourth.
It was going to be a backdoor escape there.
And you can see Yorick goes to the referee. He gave me a little throw off first. Unfortunately,
that is four.
They always see the retaliation.
So Keith Page will replace Yorick.
Yes, the Worcester faithful are in the house.
The Wolfpack close in cheering as usual.
Taylor. Awumi with the head fake, drives in. Off the glass. Little strong, but enough to get it in.
Yep.
Kicked out long to Marsden, nice. And good finish.
Nice running by Marsden. He's a real hard worker, he is.
Creekmore thinks about the three and hits from behind the arc.
I secretly think he's a guard in a big man's body.
Yeah.
He'd love to be out there crisscrossing it over.
Aliu.
Ooh.
Just dropped it to Watts, a little short. Zaire Taylor with the steal. But oh no, he rim checked it. He tried the showboat with the bounce up to himself and didn't quite get the elevation.
Dear, oh dear. Well, you take the rough with the smooth with Zaire Taylor.
It's only his second missed shot of the game.
Yeah. I still think coach wants to take him out, but he might leave him in. Yeah, Paul James just explaining how to dunk it.
Yeah. PJ's an expert in that field. Aliu with a little short one. Creekmore with the rebound. Irving is fouled by Watts. I don't think they're going to give him that.
I would hope not. Sideline ball, the Wolves. They've now gone over the 20 mark to 83-62.
Blocking foul against the Giants. So Wolves bringing the ball.
Nobody's got 30 points in all 4 quarters in a game this season. Newcastle came close. They've fallen short as well, the Wolves. They only got 28 in the second.
Wow.
Marsden underneath. There we go.
Better. That's the same shot he missed the other way around before. Nice effort. He's just a blue-collar worker and a steal.
Jones lobs it up. Jammed down by
nice
Watts.
alley-oop. Watts. Oh, my goodness. This guy could be so good.
Former Worcester player, of course.
Yep. Fashioned in Reading, as they'd want us to remind them.
Indeed. Taylor from behind the arc. Oh! 8 for 8, Zion Taylor.
Blimey.
Aliu inside.
8 for 8. I guess that makes up for the missed dunk.
Yeah. Aliu at the free throw line.
Went back to his workplace.
Makes the first.
Let's try it again.
Nice one from David.
Still 18 points between them.
I reckon they could get it down to 12 in the next 3 minutes. What do you reckon?
It could go either way here, couldn't it? Depends whether they get Taylor the ball.
Go out to 30. Let's hope not.
Owumi drives in off the glass.
Wants to join the party.
Creekmore's tip doesn't quite go.
Oh,
Kicked out.
no.
Oh, and that touched Belgrave last, so it will be a Giants ball.
Keith Page a little overexcited. Had such a great season last year. I was really hoping to push on. Been a bit fits and starts, I think, this year.
Yeah. Came to Manchester from Durham.
That's right.
Started his BBL career with Cheshire.
Yeah.
Jones drives in, just gets the roll.
There we go, down to 16. Hey, got a little defensive stop in here. Let anybody else shoot except Taylor. He's on the red line, and
Yeah,
he's danger.
he's been hitting them from the red line. Creekmore with that little trusty turnaround doesn't quite have enough on that one. Page with the boards.
He needs to go to the bucket here.
Page drives to the hole, and
jeez.
I don't even know how that happened. It was some sort. Taylor had a piece of it. Owumi was in front of him. The ball ended up coming out backwards.
We call that a mugging down in London. You just walk around and get it jumped on like that. Holy smokes.
Jeff Jones looking a little frustrated. Page
That's
drives
it.
in.
There you go. But he bought it the second time. Page eventually gets where he wants to go. The two shots to come at the free throw line. Yeah, here we go. Get this thing to 14. Could have some fans scratching their ears. Well, all right then.
Oh, almost had enough.
Great camera work there. Saw the inches, all about inches.
Yeah.
Good job.
Second one is clean.
15-point game. There we go. 2 minutes of the third remaining.
Taylor.
Uh-oh.
Thought about the three. Dumps it into Creekmore. He's almost baited into shooting there by Aliu.
Yeah.
He has to fire one up and does. And he gets in the lane like that. He's pretty tough.
Yeah, you know, Aliu had done a good job on him earlier on, just keeping him to 18 feet. If you keep him to 18 feet, he can't make that little turnaround. But inside 14, it's a problem.
So Wolves, 88.
88-71, 1:44 to go here in this third quarter.
Poor old Marsden there taking a break. He's run his legs off, he has.
Jones to inbound. Gets it to Watts. Back to Jones. Jones with a nice spin.
Oh.
Rearranged off the glass. Beautiful move from James
move.
Jones.
Lovely move. Could do with a stop here, Daniel. Could do with a stop here.
90 seconds to go here in the third.
Oh, Wumi. There he comes. Nope.
No, it's Belgrave. Now they go inside to Schreiber. Creekmore. Shot
Don't give him an open three. Oh. Oops.
Misses everything and out of bounds.
Yep. Schreiber running into the BBL Cup banner.
And it'll be inbound ball to the Giants.
Yeah, I think we get this here under 15. What do you reckon, Daniel?
Well, it'll give them a little bit of momentum going in. For if they can do that. Aliu had the inside position there. Schreiber did well to bat that out of bounds.
Well, he came right off the bench and took a three right there. Funny. Muchas Tigui.
Good job, Vince.
My Spanish is improving. Blimey, I thought that was a bit premature.
Page's shot is short. Creekmore with the rebound. And instead of getting down, the lead could go up here as Taylor drives in and is mugged by Jones.
Yep.
Taylor quickly said, yeah, fair enough. It's a good foul. I'd have done the same to you.
You never know, his luck might be different a little closer in.
Yeah. Well, the two shots he has missed.
A dunk.
One was a dunk. Struggling to think back to the other one in the first quarter. But the further away, the easier they've been for Zaire Taylor.
I think Manchester got to come up with something here from a from a defensive standpoint, Daniel. Otherwise, this is going to go away now because they had the opportunity. You know, it's still a 15-point game, and there's still over 4.5 minutes of this quarter remaining. They've got to make Wolves do something different.
Zaire Taylor makes the second free throw.
Substitution for the Giants.
Well, that early three from Amuchas Tugui cost him his spot.
Yeah, he didn't stay on the court that long.
No.
Jones.
Oh,
into
beautiful
Aliu,
move.
nice.
Oh, there we go.
And Aliu
goes back to his
yeah,
workplace.
yeah. Contact first, worry about the score second.
Dear, oh dear. Excellent.
Giants will go to the line for two.
Dave Aliu shooting a pair. First one good for him.
All string.
They're both good, and he gets himself a break. He's done well, actually, Aliu, from picking up that third foul very early in the game.
He's a player to watch. He likes the free throws, he likes the three-pointers as well.
As the clock winds down to this third.
Jukic.
Wolves looking to try and get some more points.
I think this is going to go up.
Just do it 20 seconds.
Taylor. Belgrave in the corner for three, doesn't go. Rebound, Jukic, couldn't quite convert, gets his own boards. That'll be wrapped up. Good hustle from Jukic, keeps his team possession of the ball there as the arrow pointing their way.
With 10 seconds to execute.
Good hustle for the ball there by the guys. Now let's see who can jump highest.
The ref's just waiting for them to sort themselves out there on this inbound. Wumi has it, and there's an offensive foul.
Is it Schreiber?
Schreiber or Jukic? Schreiber it is, with a moving screen. And Aliu will come back in. They took him out for defense, and we'll put him back in for offense. Yeah.
He might get to that free throw line. There we go. 10 seconds. I hope James knows that.
5 seconds, Worcester. Let's hear Worcester Wolves.
Aliu bailed out for that three and didn't see him. Awumi will throw it the length of the court, doesn't go. Well, they're still just about hanging into this game, the Manchester Giants. The Wolves' lead is 14, Vince.
Yeah, 14, so that means the Giants won this quarter, which is a good move forward. As we said, they just had to stabilize. Hopefully now they can see what they can do defensively and actually chip further in.
10 minutes to play in this ball game. It's Worcester 89, Manchester 75.
So we have the winning name with us now. The winning name of the Cuddly Wolf is Roger, which was guessed by Anita Bradford. Anita Bradford, if you are here tonight, please come on over to the DJ decks and we'll give you your Cuddly Wolf. So our next game is just after Christmas, which is the 28th of December, against the Birmingham Knights. And we've got lots going on, we've got lots of hospitality booking. So if you fancy coming and joining your Christmas here on the 28th, against the Birmingham Knights, come on down and book a Christmas special hospitality dinner with us here at the University Arena. Where we'll also be starting our Christmas camp as well that day. For more information on that, head on over to the foyer.
Welcome back to Worcester, where the Wolves still leading this one by 14. Their lead has been in the 20s. And Manchester keep threatening to chip away at it. You just wonder what would happen if they could psychologically get back into single figures, the Giants.
Well, yeah, they're a bit of a way away from there yet, but what they need... Oh, beautiful play. Oh, that's
goaltend, yeah. It was a late whistle, but once the ball's hit the backboard, you're not allowed to tip it away until the ball hits the ring.
Better late than never. Yeah, I mean, what the Giants need now is anyone to support Aliu's consistent scoring. A bucket from Jones, a bucket from Watson, maybe something from Yorick, and we could be back in it.
Taylor drives through, lays it in. Massive game for Zaire Taylor.
Absolutely.
Jones. Marsden had the lane in front of him there. He didn't realise it. And ended up taking a tough shot instead. Awumi with the rebound, has Jukic with him if he needs him. And he goes at Watts and draws the foul. It was on the floor, though.
Yep.
So it'll be a possession from the end. It is. I ought to know that now, really. It's one of those things. I always get confused when you're going to the... But
I'd love to say I've just been taking my referee's badges, Daniel, but I haven't.
But it's one of them. It's been in the rules for goodness knows how long. But Creekmore, nice.
Too close again. He's trying to force Aliu onto his fourth foul.
Williams thought about the three. Good hands from Awumi, but he was actually caught.
Yeah.
Referee just tapping his hip on the side of the body. I think just to show the fans as much as anything else, because they weren't happy with it.
Oh, that cookie jar gets another one, I tell you. Put some Maryland cookies in there, Daniel. And they can't resist.
Williams gets it into Jones. Aliu from behind the arc.
Oh, boom! Have some of that. Have some of that. There's David Aliu. Oh, 13, Daniel. Is this the closest we've been in a while?
They were at 12 for a moment, and it's back out to 15.
David Watts with a late rotation. Jukic, the throwdown. Nice pass inside, big fella.
And Belgrave knocked that away, but illegally so. And it'll be a Giants ball from the end.
Nice pick and roll play from Jones and Aliu.
Williams. There's the old trademark Yorick Williams one-handed floater.
Take your pictures and I'll let the ball go, fellas.
Been seeing that move for, well, many a long year.
Oh, yes.
Good hands from Marsden to knock it loose. Oh, what a move by Jukic, though. Went baseline, through the contact, and finished.
Strong body, Jukic, strong fella. Once they gave him that window to the basket, he was gone.
He'll go to the line for a bonus free throw.
15 now, trying to push it out to 16.
It's been sort of the margin all through the second half.
Which you would argue is just three-pointers, and they stopped those. Oh, look at
nice.
that.
What?
He does that in his
job.
sleep. They need a stop right here. They need something different defensively. I'm not sure what it is, but they need to do something defensively. That's different to what they've been doing.
Taylor kicks across. Belgrave wide open in the corner for three. Oh, and how is Taylor the only man there?
He's standing next to the 6'10" Watts. Over 30 points now, Taylor.
And over 100 for the Wolves with still 7 minutes to go.
Wow. We have to start checking what the high score is for the season, Daniel.
Still a ways to go on that. I'll double check it, but Newcastle had like 120 earlier this year.
I think when we thought he had David Watts running with him there, threw the ball too high.
Williams. Williams hits for three. There you go.
He's fourth in the game. We're back to 13. Clearly, offense is not an issue Manchester have.
No.
One stop here and they have a chance to cut it to 10, would you believe? No, you can't let him get inside. Oh, here we go.
Creekmore, beautiful off the glass.
The bank is open. Will Creekmore.
Timeout. Is there, or is it just a sub? They're going to the table. The referee's signaled sub, but it is a timeout that's been called on the ball game. And with 6 minutes and 16 seconds to go, it's 102 to 87. Wow. And the answer to your question of a moment ago, Newcastle Eagles 129. Wow. They scored in October against Birmingham. That's the highest score of the season so far, and you would say
it's probably going to still be.
Yeah, that's probably another 27 points is probably too many, but if they suddenly hit 3 or 4 threes in a row as they did in the first half.
Yes, indeed. Coach Jeff Jones not knowing whether to be happy or displeased because, you know, the guys have executed well offensively. They've got a lot of what they wanted, but defensively, their rotations have been slack. Baseline penetration has been tough. And of course, throw in some dead-eye shooting, and it's a long night.
What is on the cards is the Wolves' own highest score of the season, 117 they scored.
Oh, okay.
It's actually the first time they've made 3 figures in their own gym. They've got 117 at Surrey, and they scored 100 at Birmingham. That 117 was the opening weekend of the season.
Wow.
But you got to think they've only got 3 or 4 minutes to get there, because the last couple of minutes you tend to ease off, the bench comes on, and scoring becomes a bit more difficult. Ooh. Creekmore doesn't quite go. Rebound, Jukic, not quite.
He's having his own personal wrestling match in there, Jukic. Loving it.
And Jukic will go to the free throw line. Looking to get into double figures here. He's got 9 to his name. It would actually make him the 3rd highest scorer on his team. Zaire Taylor leads all comers with 35. Awumi has 18. Sorry, I missed Creekmore down the bottom. I was about to say, how did they get to 102?
Exactly.
Creekmore's got 22, so he's the 4th guy into double figures in his team, and the 9th guy in the game, because Manchester have 5 guys in double figures.
Wow.
The Giants will hit back the ball. Looks like a full court man press.
Isaiah Taylor also a couple of assists away from a double-double. You don't often see them with assists. Obviously, the bigs getting points and rebounds as Yorick hits a 3.
Yorick's looking for a season high, I reckon. 18 points so far.
Creekmore, ball batted around and out of bounds. Sorry, into the hands of Aliu.
Oh, nice
Williams dumps it inside. Marsden converts, and a couple of quick scores by the Giants. This is down to 11.
That's it, that's it.
And a moment ago, we were talking about how big a score the Wolves were going to get.
This might be the Giants' highest total as well. Getting there, 92-103. You can't let people set up and shoot threes too easily. And, you know, the Giants have persevered all game long. They haven't flinched in the face of the fire. Just carried on playing their own style of basketball. The only problem is now they probably just give it to Taylor and ask him to shoot.
That would be. He hasn't really taken that many in this second half. But
well, he's been happy to play second fiddle to his teammates. As you said, you know, the 22 from Creekmore and Awumi's 18, all very commendable.
Well, we probably should have expected this with Manchester on the court. 100 points, a regular occurrence when they're involved in the game. They had 100 against Birmingham, gave up 100 against Glasgow, scored 107 against Plymouth, 103 was scored against them by Newcastle. They scored 102, and that's just 5 of their last 6 games.
And I mean, to be honest, you know, who would believe it? Manchester have only scored 3 less 3-pointers than Worcester.
Yeah.
So they've both taken 23, with Manchester making 11 of them.
Here's Creekmore. Important little
need a
spell
stop right
here.
there. Need a stop right there. Ooh.
Nice. Creekmore stretches it back out to 13. Stolen away by Taylor. Williams has to let him go because he's on fouls.
Yep.
And it's laid in.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
and that will be a foul on
back to the office.
Jukic, and Aliu will go to the free throw line.
Very smart from Aliu there. 6 of 6 at the free throw line.
First one doesn't go for Dave Aliu. Just ruined my stat. Just lined up a good stat for you, Vince.
Yeah, I had a nice one coming too, you know, but anyway.
He makes that one, and closing in on the highest scoring game in the BBL this season.
93-107.
The current record, which Manchester were involved in, was 210.
Gee whiz.
Well, we're at 200. We need 10 more. Oh, does he get an assist for that? Awumi says, I was fouled on that three-point shot. That's why it was so short.
Well, he was having an argument with the ref. I don't know if it was about the foul or whether he should make sure he told the stats to make it an assist. I wasn't sure. Awumi's one of those ones, you know, hasn't seen a shot he doesn't like. And he's still talking to the refs. His teammate scored and got to the free throw line.
And Creekmore will look to convert the three-point play. It's only the 3rd game over 200 points in the BBL this season. The other 2, both at Manchester.
Wow.
So they like their high scoring. That's a little behind Aliu, having to dive on the floor. Jukic comes up with it, kicks it forward to Awumi onto Creekmore, and that'll be unsportsmanlike. You can't foul that hard. And in fairness to Creekmore, he said, no, it's all right, that's okay.
I'm with Chastigby. He said, why can't you? Trying to get the ball.
Creekmore easily could have turned that and got aggressive with it, but he was quick to say, no, that's all right, that's fair enough.
That's why I said it's a nice game today. I think the other week up in the hotbed of the heat of Newcastle might have been a little bit different. I think that probably goes the last chance the Giants have had in this game. I think they're not going to come back.
Ooh. Creekmore walked away from that. It was like he was trying to pull the ball back left a little bit.
Young fellas watching on TV, stay on the free throw line till it tickles the net. Just like that.
That one does. 28 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and a couple of steals for Will Creekmore.
He does everything, Daniel. He's a really good addition to the BBL.
But triple one, 111 to the Worcester Wolves.
Zaire Taylor, still perfect from the three-point line. 14 of 16 shooting. Awumi's three doesn't go. Creekmore gets the rebound. Back out to Taylor. Is he going to fire one? No, he isn't.
He doesn't want to ruin his stat line now.
Fires from inside. Creekmore again with the offensive glass. Can't convert. Jukic is there. How many goes do they want here, the Wolves? They still can't convert.
Whoa.
And it's thrown into the backcourt, and the Wolves still have it.
The fans are getting their money's worth here. Plenty of Wolves action. The old MIA defense from the Manchester Giants.
Creekmore's thinking about a three. He's actually towing the line, so it'd only be worth two. It doesn't go. Aliu chases it down.
There we go. Jones. Ooh, Marsden with a night. Oh.
But loses footing, and Creekmore comes up with it. Here's Raftopoulos to Taylor. Back to Raftopoulos. Sets his feet. Wide open for three. Doesn't quite go. There's nobody in there. So it's an easy rebound for the Giants.
Yeah, they've been beaten badly on the glass.
Williams. His three doesn't go. Awumi with the rebound. Awumi with the crossover, still going. Awumi all the way to the basket, lays it in. 20 points for Alex Awumi. And with 2:29 to go, it's a 20-point game and a timeout has been called.
Tough luck on the Giants. They battled it through. They got it down to 11. Since then, I think they've scored 1 point. Coach Jeff Jones marshalling his troops, trying to keep their spirits up. Well, the Worcester Wolves aren't at the top end of the league for nothing.
Certainly not. And it looks like they're going to maintain their charge. And I was talking to Paul James beforehand, and one of the things he was saying was we don't see Leicester or Newcastle for a while now. I think it's February, March before they see those two teams again, because they've already played both of them twice.
Well, they shouldn't be too worried about that. They're 3 and
1.
He should hope he sees them every week. No, he's going to run into Sheffield. He's going to run into Plymouth. Well, you won't want to see them either. And he'll be running into the London Lions too.
Of course. It's a very tight league table at the top end of play.
Absolutely. Great to see so many teams adding new players to the league and challenging, because it makes it a whole lot more fun.
A bit of full court pressure coming from the Wolves. Nothing too strenuous, just to make the inbounding of the ball a little difficult.
And don't forget, this is 93 points for the Giants without Stephen Gill.
Aliu with a little fall away. Will it drop? Yes, it will.
Inches, inches. Those three have worked really hard. James Jones, Aliu, and Marsden really worked hard all game long.
Creekmore spins baseline. Nowhere for him to go. Good work from Aliu. He has to throw it back out. Taylor again from behind the arc. Oh, he's missed one. First miss of the game for Zaire Taylor from three-point land. He's down to only 8 of 9.
Poor sod, eh? And Creekmore does what he does best, scores from 1 foot. Started that move and ended it.
And Zaire Taylor, is he going off here? I think he is. Zaire Taylor leaves the game. 37 points,
Wow.
8 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 steals. Even had a block in there as well, shooting 14 of 18 from the floor and 8 of 9 from the three-point line.
Great game from him.
See, if they subbed him on the previous play, it'd have been perfect from the three-point line. Jones for 3. Doesn't go. Irving with the rebound. Morant Hudson looking to push. Raftopoulos now. Turner dumps it inside to Jukic. Jukic, little fall away, doesn't go. Jones drives in. Jones draws the contact off the glass. Fouls on Harrison Turner.
Jones worked hard. James Jones hasn't had his running mate with him this game in Stephen Gill. 19 points, 6 assists. Make that 20. I think we've got 6 players in the 20s.
Hudson onto Raftopoulos. Turner fires up for 3, doesn't go. Irving with the rebound, he's overcooked that pass, and Jones will run it back and lay it in for 2. And both teams have got to 100 points in the highest scoring BBL game of the season so far. Raftopoulos for 3. Hits!
Boom. 218.
Now, Worcester, could you get a bit of good sportsmanship tonight, because the Giants have reached 100 points. So can we have a good cheer for the Giants like the Richmond?
Jones, good ball movement. Ali is still out there.
Yep.
Still not picked up his 4th foul, by the way. He had 3 really early on. Jones bails out of the 3. It does go up in the corner. Ball bobbled about. Ali who comes up with it and lays it in. Shot clock switched off, and Hudson will just let things run down. But what an explosive game of basketball that was, Vince. 118 to 102, 220 on the board.
Fantastic. Well, Zaire Taylor, Alex Lawumi, and Will Creekmore, put a statement out there as far as what they could do. The Giants a little short-handed and maybe not quite as they would have preferred on defense. Played their part in what was a great offensive game.
25 of 52 from the three-point line. 52, Vince! But they made 25 of them.
Well, if you keep going to shoot at that percentage, keep shooting.
Yeah, both teams filling up the box scores, but it's the Wolves led by Zaire Taylor and his 37 points, 8 assists, who have beaten the Giants here. It's finished 118 to 102. We'll be back with action next week. Vince, you'll be on TV for us. We got your game next week.
Oh, you had me worried again. I thought I would be playing then, but of course. You mean our home game against the Birmingham Knights at the box that rocks.
Certainly promises to be an entertaining day there. Make sure you can join us for that one. For Vince McCauley, I'm Daniel Routledge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.